welcome to this special segment with Laura Shelton from the Madison County Health Department. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you, Randy.
We are talking about approaching the holidays with diabetes, which is always a big thing. We got over that Thanksgiving hump. Now we're going into Christmas and some other holidays. So give us some tips.
Okay. Well, it's a big challenge for all of us, no matter if we have diabetes or not. But I do have a few tips that may help. Just to go through a little list I have, for one, first, it's important to stay on schedule if you can.
Yes.
So if you can eat as close to your normal or regular eating meal times as possible, it helps keep your blood sugar more regular, and it may be important for the diabetes medications that you take.
Right.
Also.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah. And, sometimes you can kind of let your family or friends in on that, and perhaps they'd be willing to plan their meal times a little closer to when you usually have your meal time.
Oh, okay. So consideration for those folks that do have diabetes. That's a good point.
Yes. And if that doesn't work out, consider maybe eating a small snack at your usual meal time and eating a little less at the actual meal.
Right.
So,
and I know holidays, we were talking about this earlier, people tend to overindulge, have that extra piece of pie and stuff. So just eat like you regularly would.
Yes, if you can, yes. Okay. And, as far as that big meal, it's also good not to kind of skip another meal and sort of save up for that bigger meal.
Guilty. Yep. Yes.
Well, and it may be, again, it may be an issue with diabetes medication.
Right.
Also for persons with diabetes, it makes it a little harder to control those ups and downs.
Right.
So.
That's a good point as well.
But as far as some of those special holiday foods, maybe just keep in mind to be selective.
Yes.
So many of those traditional holiday foods are high in carbohydrates. And so, for instance, if there are bread and potatoes and all the other goodies, maybe since the bread and potatoes are a little more common and not your special treats, you could perhaps hold off on those then. And maybe have your aunt's special pie or your wife's favorite chocolate pie
exactly.
that she makes that we were just talking about.
Right.
Eating smaller portions and maybe kind of going with a 2 tablespoon rule, so maybe having a little of everything, but just take a couple tablespoons.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So then you get a little taste of everything.
That's a good tip. That way you can sample the whole everything, the smorgasbord. Okay.
Just remember the tablespoons do add up.
Right.
So,
yeah, limit it to 2 tablespoons.
Yeah, be a little selective too.
Right.
And kind of fill up on the non-starchy vegetables. Vegetables are your friend, and they have so many good benefits, of course, but they also fill you up. And,
sure.
And if you start your meal with those non-starchy vegetables and maybe a protein, and then maybe go to the heavier carbohydrates a little into your meal, then that will help sort of even things out too.
Oh, okay. That's a good tip. So mashed potatoes and gravy and broccoli casserole, green bean casserole. I said the casseroles will probably be not treated as a vegetable.
Yeah, those are not exactly the ones that you can have freer servings of.
Hit that vegetable tray, folks, 'cause that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, you can have some smaller servings of some of those other.
Oh, that's fantastic.
A little more frivolous vegetables.
Right.
And sometimes you can even offer to bring one of your favorite dishes, which could be something that is a little more friendly for persons with diabetes.
Okay.
So you could keep that in mind, something that you think is delicious, but
that's a good point too. Excellent. Yeah. So bring your own food. Nice. Excellent.
Yeah, if that's a thing that is good for the host that you're with. And something to think about when you're eating, maybe eat slower because it takes a little while for that message to get to your brain.
True.
Be more mindful, enjoy the taste and texture of that chocolate pie.
Yes. Savor it.
Maybe sit a little further away from the buffet so that you can focus more on conversation and not so much on eating. It's more of an effort to get up and get something. Fill half your plate with vegetables if you can, if that works out.
Sure.
And kind of plan your snacks if you know in advance that you're going somewhere where they're going to have a lot of maybe just the fried processed snacks.
Right.
You could maybe, again, bring a dish with maybe some veggies and a healthier dip or something like that.
Excellent. All right. Those are great points. So I got to ask a question. So I love the cream cheese on the celery. Does that count as a vegetable or is cream cheese? I mean, I probably should lay off, not have as many, right?
You can have as much celery as you want, probably.
Right.
And maybe just have, I mean, I do this myself, just have a smaller serving of the dip. Or just like when people are eating a salad, if you can dip your fork in the dressing and then take a bite of the salad.
True. That's a good point, too. Yes.
So.
Right.
Yeah. And another thing that really helps with all the extra eating and holiday extras is just keeping in mind to stay physically active, be physically active.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your secret weapon against some of those holiday.
Get out there and take that long walk on the farm or around the subdivision after the meal. Kind of start burning those calories off.
Yeah, and even if you can't fit in a long walk, if you can do shorter walks throughout the day, even a 10-minute session will make a difference.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So for a lot of people, after your food digests a little bit, taking a 10-15-minute walk will work wonders.
Excellent.
And you could even start a new holiday tradition with your family. Maybe take a walk together after the meals, do something a little more active, turn on the holiday music and have a dance.
Oh, nice. Hey, jazzercise.
Yeah.
Jazzercise in the bedroom.
And it doesn't have to be that vigorous, but yeah, if you're up for it, go for it.
Cool. I know we always have our hula hoop contest, which no one wants to see that on video.
That's a great idea too, and all that does help you de-stress a little bit too,
That's
which
true.
can be a big factor during the holidays.
Excellent. All right.
Just a couple extra tips: check your blood sugar more often because you want to keep track of what's going on.
Right.
If you sip water or mineral water, it'll help keep you hydrated, which also helps your blood sugar.
Okay, another good tip.
Yeah, and if you can avoid alcohol, that's
the best.
That's fine, but if you are having some alcohol, be sure that you eat some food with it.
Right.
And because actually it can make you get low blood sugar if you drink alcohol on an empty stomach.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of an odd thing.
Okay.
And watch the serving size of your alcohol portion.
Absolutely. Right.
If you're doing the cooking, avoid too much sampling if you can. Only sample when necessary.
Guilty. Again. I like to sample before the meal. Mom says, get out of there. Janie says, get out of there. I go, well, I'm just testing it to make sure it's okay.
Oh, I know. Me too. But, I mean, you do have to see
Sure.
But, you know,
not
more than
2 hours
necessary.
before.
Yeah. And use some healthier cooking methods for meats, maybe more like broiling or baking or even some barbecues can be good.
Okay.
And, include a lot of healthy food choices and avoid heavy sauces, etc.
Right. Okay. So good common sense approaches. Got some good tips as well. I know I'm guilty of, we're going to eat at 4 o'clock. I'm just going to skip lunch. Mm-hmm. I'm so guilty of that, especially around the holidays.
Yes. It is good if you have a little snack.
A little snack before.
Yeah.
Right.
Or a lighter snack so that you're not ravenously hungry when the meal comes along.
Right. And just gobble up everything in sight.
Yeah. And also it helps keep your blood sugar more even.
Absolutely.
But it is important to forgive yourself slip-ups too.
Sure.
Because everyone makes a mistake now and then, and sometimes we can be too hard on ourselves and think, well, I've blown it anyway. And
so let's just go overboard.
Yeah. So remember that maybe you got off track, but maybe that was just a temporary exit. Get back on. And be sure to carve out some me time during the stressful holidays. Okay. And, an important thing is to get your sleep.
Yes. Sleep is very important.
So 7 to 8 hours a night, and that can also decrease insulin resistance.
Right.
And keep you from overeating.
True. Oh, all right, Laura. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Does that wrap up your notes? Or have you got one more?
No, I think that's kind of what I wanted to cover. Now, eating out, there are few tips for that.
Right.
But, again, try to keep it on schedule. Mm-hmm. You can look at the menu ahead of time and maybe pick out some things that could.
And a lot of those restaurants have that stuff online.
They do.
So you can look at it before it's too, folks. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And and I just I guess probably most of you are aware, or you're aware,
Mhm.
that we have the diabetes classes at the
Yes,
health department.
absolutely. Take advantage of those. All of that information is at Madison County Health, DEPT.org, under the diabetes tab, I think, or extra services. It's on there. It's easy to find. I've done it
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Right, right.
But yes, we have free classes, absolutely free, and every 1 to 2 months. So depending
Excellent.
on demand. So
And the price is right. It's free.
yeah, we would love to have you anytime. So.
Absolutely. Hey, Laura, happy holidays. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, and thanks for having me on.
All right. Thanks, folks. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.